This is terrible. This is terrible. The wedding is not a celebration for the wife. Let me be the one to say that. The wedding is not just a celebration for the wife. It's not the bride's day. It's the couple's day. I understand excitement. I really do. There's a time and place for everything, and I believe that also. But my question is, whatever happened to class? Whatever happened to carrying yourself very well in public? Let's check out this video, this woman, and see what she did to her husband, her new husband at the wedding. Let's check out what she did here, what I think is just completely disrespectful. But let's get into this and let's talk about it.
One of the biggest gospel artists right now. Give it up for Moses, please. Even when I fall your hand, you still hold my hand. Hey, lover of my soul, you know everything I want. I'll sing about your mercies, sing about your grace. Hey, now you gave us Jesus is here.
Disrespectful. Let me break this down for you. This is an idol, first thing and foremost. This gentleman that they invited to come to their wedding, gospel singer, don't really know his name, don't really know much about him, couldn't hear clearly when he was announced, but she's putting him in a position of an idol. This is an idol that she just literally placed before God, her husband, everyone there, the covenant that she just made, that she should have made, honestly, at that time of her wedding. This should be a moment between the bride, the groom, and God. That's what the wedding should be. That's what the ceremony should entail. That's what it's all about. But what I see here is a good example of the Bridezilla movement that many of us know about that has been taking place over the last few years, I would say, where like there's this big switch in the world where there was a time where it was a good thing to obtain a man. But there has been this shift, y'all, where it's like the woman must be praised so much or else you're undeserving of her. And I'm not saying that you just go off and disrespect women. Not at all. Not at all. Let's just speak common sense here. But what I am saying is that the order in which marriages go and the order in which God designed marriage, it's not being put out that way. And that's why you're finding so many people getting married less and less, or even marriages that are getting into marriage not lasting. The disrespect that this man felt that day is crazy. It's crazy. If you just look back, I mean, she kneeled down before him in a very submissive spot, like in a very submissive place. It's offensive if you ask me. It's very offensive. And how she kind of just buckles down. She just buckles down to her knees there just to be with him in that position. And it's like, don't you have a husband here? Like, don't you have, like, aren't you getting married? And when you just see the gentleman's face there, I'm going to run this back for us one more time. When you see the gentleman's face there, he really kind of just looks confused. Like, what do I even do in this situation? What's even really happening right now? Like, is my wife literally kneeled down before another man on our wedding day? Let's try to make some sense of this. Let's run this back. Let's see what she does one more time. I like how they said Jesus is here, and he keeps saying Jesus is here, but I feel like as a man of God, you wouldn't even allow someone else's woman to put themselves in that position to you. You wouldn't allow yourself to be idolized and sought after so much in this type of an arena. Like this is insane. This is insane. But pay close attention right here. We're gonna keep this going. Pay close attention to how he's trying to kind of softly give her kind of the nudge and kind of grab her up and say, "Come on, like get up, like what's going on here? You know, you're embarrassing me. Let's be real. You're embarrassing me." Look at the little signs that he tries to give her, but you just notice something about her here. Check it out. He picks her up, he gets her off the ground, and I pick you up thinking I'm gonna get you, thinking I'm going to embrace you, thinking I'm going to embrace you. Look at how his arm wraps around her, and she literally moves him out of the way and rushes into the arms of another man on your wedding day with your husband standing right next to you. Y'all, this is selfishness. This is selfish. And like I said, it goes in hand with this Bridezilla movement of how when it comes to marriages, there's a lot of women that are saying like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do this and this is my day and this is my day and all this stuff like that. And it tags hand in hand. So now she's being so selfish. She thinks this is all her day. This is all about her. So she sees nothing wrong with what she's doing because she thinks this day is all about her. But she's forgetting to realize that this day is not just about you. It's not. She was completely selfish. She was unaware of this guy. She completely ignored him. He picks her up, and she literally goes into the arms of another man. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I just could not see myself. Oh, let's just check this out. I'm not even going to finish that. Let's check this out. My man is just like, what do I even do? What's even going on here? That's terrible, y'all. She was going to be completely selfish. The complete submissive position she was in to another man, number one, that's already out. That's already out. That's already out. That's crazy. That is wild. The reason why people don't stay married for a long time anymore is it's simply because of the fact that the purpose of marriage, the real purpose behind marriage, it's not fully understood for a lot of people. It's not fully understood. Like, what is the purpose of this marriage? Why are we getting married? What's the purpose behind what we're supposed to do as a married couple? What does God have to do with this union? Most people don't even know that. It's just a celebration for themselves. Okay, we were dating, then we got serious, then we moved in, now we started talking wedding, so we planned this big, expensive wedding that none of us can afford, and we go forth and do it. Why? Because it was the next thing to do. It was the next thing in line, chronologically, to check off the to-do list. But people really aren't taking the time to really see and understand the purpose of marriage, because marriage isn't just this part here. Marriage isn't just that. There's a whole side of marriage that if you don't go into it with a better understanding than what this woman is demonstrating, those hard days that are destined to come, the tests, the trials, the tribulations, the ups and downs, that's going to come for every situation, every relationship, every marriage. And if you didn't go into it with a good found understanding of really what marriage is and the true purpose behind marriage and the covenant that it represents between you two and God, then you're doomed to fail, man. You're doomed to fail. This is terrible. This is terrible. The wedding is not a celebration for the wife. Let me be the one to say that. The wedding is not just a celebration for the wife. It's not the bride's day. It's the couple's day. It's the bride and the groom's day. We're not here just to celebrate one person. The ceremony is a time to acknowledge and share your lifelong commitment, your lifelong committed love before your loved ones and before God. That's what the ceremony is for. That's what you're doing it for. not for people to celebrate you and push you and give you all this. Bro, this is all like pomp and circumstance. It has nothing to do with the wedding. And when he looks back on his marriage, what are some of the things that he's going to be able to say? What? My wife pretty much rubbed up on another man, was all at the becking call on her knees before another man, all up in his genital area. Like, come on, man. Like, and I'm sitting there like a bellboy trying to help you up. And that she didn't think of him at all. She didn't think of him at all. And that's the problem. That's the problem. So this is how you start your marriage. That's how she decided to start off her marriage. Day one, she decided to start off her marriage by disrespecting her man. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, shout out to this man for actually holding himself with class and behaving the way that he behaved, even in pretty much a trying situation, you know what I mean, that could definitely test you. But not shout out to the man of God that was called there to sing, and he allowed himself to be put in an idol. You know, he should have acknowledged the man. He never acknowledged the man. You should be there to sing for the couple, and sing for the union, but he was only there to impress the woman, and he got the response that he wanted, so he tuned everything out just like she did as the bride. Terrible, man. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I appreciate you guys for staying this long as always, but that's all I got. Till the next one, guys. I'm out.